Making my mind up, packing my clothes today to run away with you. Coming to get you. We better hurry now, we've got so much to do. Just me and you. Just me and you. That's what we'll do. That's what we'll do. We'll be so happy. That's what we'll be. Even though some things we will have to do without. We'll be together. We'll lead a life which no one else can talk about. Just me and you. Just me and you. That's what we'll do. That's what we'll do. Just me and you. Making my mind up, packing my clothes today to run away with you. Run away. Coming to get you. We better hurry now, we got so much to do. Just me and you. Just me and you. That's what we'll do. That's what we'll do. Just me and you. We'll run away. Making my mind up, packing my clothes today to run away with you.
Hi everyone, welcome to Popstar Mania. There's the new Turtles book by our fantastic writers, Charles F. Rosenay and Mr. Mark Arnold. And I'll tell you what, we love these two guys. Isn't that book one of the most fantastic books you'll ever see in your life? The quality. Tell me more about it, Charles and Mark.
It's just something that we've been. I'm starting a sentence, Mark. You have to finish them.
It's heavy reading.
It's the most comprehensive book on one of the most underrated, great AM radio hit makers of all time, the Turtles. And everyone knows "Happy Together." But guys, Daniel Costin's shaking his head. It's not just "Happy Together." It's hit after hit. It's great songs that no one knows. And the book compiles not just great reviews of all these amazing songs, but interviews and photos and illustrations. And it's just, the most amazing compendium, mostly because we've got Costin's amazing photos in there.
I also got to say, "Making My Mind Up" is one of the greatest songs, and I bet you no one even knows it.
No.
It's in there, and I'm glad you're mentioning it. Let's go right to it, and let's see what we reviewed it as. Yeah.
All right.
You go for it.
Turn the pages with us.
Yeah.
And Tinkerbell rings her little bells.
I will say I'm very proud to share my work in this book with Henry Diltz and all the amazing photographers that worked with the Turtles through the years. So they are some of the reasons why I do what I do.
It's on page 85. Mark, you can start, and then you can read what you said, and then I'll read what I said. How's that?
All right. This is the audiobook that we haven't recorded yet.
Yes.
The original version, Sans Horns, was issued in 1966 as a regional single. The Turtles were annoyed that White Whale Rush released it without the horns, so White Whale pulled it back. Overdubs to correct the missing horniness occurred in 1967, and the result was released on Happy Together. As a result, there are actually 4 versions of this song: the original mono single without horns, the mono and stereo album cut with horns, and finally the quote-unquote 1966 version stereo, which wasn't officially released until the 2016 Manifesto CD of Woodenhead as a bonus track. Do I like it? Yes, I do. Another fine Turtles production, and yes, I prefer the version with horns like it was supposed to be.
I wrote, you can just picture this playing while the band is running around down Carnaby Street in London or the back streets of San Francisco The credits don't list any horns, but it sure does sound like brass instruments carrying this one along. Then again, there's multiple mixes, so this must be the hornier one. It's clearly a happy-go-lucky song that typifies the era, and I'm not surprised that Plastic EP likes it because it does. It's so much that kind of music that we all love.
Now listen, you're going to start going around and getting book signings. You're going to do it together at some point for the Turtles book.
We're actually going to be together in less than a month. This is really scary.
Whoa.
Because I'm going on Charles Rosenay's magical history tour to London and Liverpool.
Oh, that's great.
So we're going to be in one place at the same time, and what better place than Liverpool, where we'll be able to sign the books together at the convention. Very, very exciting. We hope to someday do a similar thing in Cleveland at the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, but that hasn't been, that hasn't materialized yet. But if we do something in the States, that's kind of a midway point for the both of us. And our dream is to get the Turtles into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. So that would be the most sensible place to ever do a U.S. book signing of the West Coast meeting the East Coast together.
Now, I've got to say, everyone's got to go and see the famous interview. It's become the famous interview, right, with Howard Kalin, where Plastic EP and Charles F. Rosenay have done an interview. And I'm honest, I haven't seen another interview since that interview. So we want everyone to go to YouTube, just type it in, Plastic EP and Charles F. Rosenay interview, Howard Kalin. And believe me, he tells us a lot of fantastic stuff that you've used in the book, which is even better.
Yeah, we transcribed the great interview that you and I did with him, and in fact,
looks
Mark
like that.
Yay! Mark and I recently did a nice interview with our friend Ed Rising, and we talked about the book a lot, and we did kudos. We did shout outs to Plastic EP throughout the interview, because not only do we have a Howard Kalin interview in the book because of you, but guy, we all know each other and we're all friends because of you, because of the great amount of shows you did and the stuff during COVID when, we were looking for friendship and we were looking for, mutual people who love the same loves, and we all came together and we've been friends since. This goes beyond the web, beyond Plastic EP. This is the universe that you created and we're all part of it.
Yeah, no, what surprises me is, right, some of the things you've done over the COVID, I'm still getting it through my head because I'm a bit slow to pick up all these in-jokes that you've done. I won't get into too detail, but everybody that watched those COVID shows, I'm just saying they've become real classics, Charles.
So classic and such a great, part. Your shows got us through COVID in so many ways by bringing on all these amazing guests who were also isolating, who were also going crazy during the pandemic, also looking for things to do. You gave them an actual forum to be able to talk to the fans and to talk to the world while, it was a dark period of the world. You brought light into it, man. You have a lot to be grateful for from us and for yourself.
I'm grateful for interviewing you, Charles, because I remember when I actually got to you go, what took you so long?
That's what I said.
So Charles, I think it's great that you think Plastic is awesome, and so do I. But you've got to give yourself some credit because you have started the Beatles thing way back before anybody else with that paper that you started with, and up till now you've met all these wonderful people, and we're all connected with the Monkees and the Beatles and whatnot. And my hat goes off to you, Charles, as a Canadian, that what you've done for the Beatles world, and you deserve some credit. And isn't that right, Plastic and Daniel and Mark and Mark Arnold? Your collection, and Fred Velez and Daniel Costin. It's great to be on the show with you guys because I'm the only Canadian on the show all the time, and you guys are all great in your own way. But Charles, my salute to you today because you started the Beatles world all the convention before anybody else.
Yep.
So you're like James Brown. You're the godfather of the Beatles stuff. Okay, brother?
Well,
yeah, you had the Beatle magazine, Good Day Sunshine, and not only that, you've been taking people on tours to Liverpool way back when. When did you start the tours?
Well, this year we're celebrating with Mark Arnold being there, our 41st anniversary. 1983. We've been doing the tours every year to London and Liverpool for about 20 years in there. I was doing that magazine, Good Day Sunshine, doing conventions for so many years. And we just keep doing, as long as there's fans like us who are still around, who still love it, we're going to keep doing it. One of my dreams is to have, Mr. Shampoo's band come to Liverpool with us and also come to the Fab Four Music Festival and perform at one of my events. Really looking forward to that happening. We talk about all these crossovers, and although Mark and I collaborated, we're close friends, we've never been in the same room together. Daniel and I have. Daniel Costin and I have. Because of him, I attended the Fab Fest in the Carolina. Because of you, Plastic EP, we're all connected. And Nathan, mentions that he's from Canada, and yeah, that's cool. But it's we're one family. We're all cut from the same Beatles cloth and the same Monkeys cloth and all that great music of the '60s and forever.
I want to take my hat off to you, Charles. I mean this sincerely, right? You're way ahead of the curve. You've been doing this. You've been doing conventions. You've been doing things with the Monkeys, Davy Jones, etc., and that. And people love everything you've done because you got to understand, you've come from the golden period where people used to spend a lot of money, go to conventions, have a great time, listen to music, get into the vibe of the memorabilia, get into the vibe of the 60s. And all this is what enhances people's lives. That's what you got to understand. But not only that, I'd say this to you, you're one of the biggest supporters of the Plastic EP show. And with your help all along the way, I am so grateful. And to call you as my friend, to me, it's an honor. And I mean that sincerely, Vicky and I. We love you like family. I want you to know that. We love you all like family. And I mean, everybody's played their part. And it's because of that now we move on into 2024 and we look back and say, hey, that was fantastic. But let's take it from here. And I just want to say congratulations to both you and Mark for a fantastic Turtles book. And I have never seen better quality or a finest quality book that's ever come out. And I mean that sincerely, even with the Henry Diltz cover on the front, and then you've got a picture on the back. To me, even getting Henry Diltz was unbelievable. Everything's an experience that comes to the fore. It's the same as your Beatle book of lists and your Monster book of lists. I mean, this is what it's all about. You go out there and you actually drive all around the States to promote what you do. And I take my hat off to you.
Well, we want to do a shout out. And I think Mark and I would be remiss if we didn't say hello to our friends, the Booths from Genius Music Publishing, who were able to make our vision into such an amazing hardcover book that's available on Amazon, and people who get it just absolutely love it, right, Mark?
Steve and Leah.
All the stuff with the Beatles and that we've done together, like you said, it's great to be on these shows. And I've never met you, but the vibe that I get from you guys, I can't describe it, but I mean, we just have a lot of fun, and I think all our jobs is just to love pop culture. But guys like Mark, there, you just crack me up with some of your humor, and your collection, Fred Velez, it is amazing. And Charles, you're so humble about it. You've met people that I would dream of just meeting. I mean, you've done a lot, and I don't want to keep going on about it. And same with you, Dan. You guys are all accomplished, and for me, I heard about you guys through conventions, and just to meet you guys and talk with you, and it's great because your Liverpool tour there. I mean, you're busy with that. I mean, how is that going?
It's great. Last year was the 40th anniversary, and we had a capacity crowd. This year, 41. You think it would be a big slack off. We've got a great crew coming again this year. And you said, even though we didn't meet, guys, we're part of a family. It's the Plastic EP family, and I'm just, it brings me joy that even though I'm not on as much as I used to be, I know that I'm still a family, and we call each other all the time, and we stay in touch. And I'm just so grateful. And thank you for saying, the things I've accomplished through the years. And yeah, I'm humble about it, but you're right. I'm blessed to have met the people I have.
Here's the thing that you may have forgotten, but because of Plastic EP and his love for pop culture, he mentioned to you that it was time to do the Charles Rosenay anthology. you're sitting on a gold mine of videos this high in warehouses all from here to China, and we're trying to get you to show some of that stuff, and you have so much gold. I know you're busy, but you have to put it on your bucket list that you promise to share it with the world, because you don't even know what you got because you're so accomplished with the Beatles world that you've just got this stuff and you never probably looked at it, but you're sitting on tons of stuff that we would just love to see, and you probably haven't seen it since you shot it or whatever it was. All these conventions, I would love to see these tribute bands and all these people like, Pete Best just went on the Plastic EP show. Now, you've met Pete many times, and I'm sure both of Daniel and Mark. I mean, to meet a Beatle, whether he's the first Beatle or the last Beatle, I mean, I could only dream that. I met Daniel Costin, I met Charles Rosenay, I met Mark Arnold. I mean, that's good enough for me.
Well, the two shows that I have in the can that I would love to someday release is the 2010 National Rock Con, which was the weekend of 100 rock stars. The footage in there is unbelievable. Seeing Mary Wilson doing backup vocals for this person and that person, and it's just oh my God, it's our version.
That's why I brought it up. That's why I brought it, because I believe personally in my heart, and you guys know this, and you can back me. Plastic EP was born a mission to report pop culture, and that's why we support him. And I have talked to him, and you guys have talked to him millions of times. It's like talking to a human being. But soon he puts on those glasses, he's Plastic EP. I've never met anybody like Plastic EP. So, it's like Max Headroom and all these other people that, people don't realize that Plastic EP has his glasses on, and people claim that he's got this computer in front of him and all this crap. It's hilarious.
The actuality, he's confided in me. He doesn't sleep a lot, so half the time he's nodding off.
Yeah.
He's napping during the show when we ramble on. And it's when we get quiet that he knows to wake up and jump in.
But please, Charles, if you can, we want to see the Charles Rosenay anthology. All seriousness.
All right, hours and hours and days and days, and it'll be someday it'll be endless. Yeah.
Right, Plastic? It was Plastic's idea, not mine. I just remember.
All right, listen, I just want to say something, Charles. If you can't do it, you need to get someone to do it. And I've got to tell you something, right? This is a hard drive that I found that was thrown in a cupboard. And I thought, what is this? Is this a power pack that just charges my phone when it's not working? I plugged it into my US, and it's got 980 gig of all the shows that I've done. That's on there, and I was going to throw it in the rubbish.
Wow.
And then Mark Arnold and Fred Velez, you guys have amazing collections. You don't even know it. And Daniel Costin, a photographer that can produce a band and have all these singles that nobody, to me, that's huge. And what a privilege that you guys could do this stuff,
Everybody says be strong, but I just can't take it. Every time I look at you, I feel funny inside, yeah. I've been meaning to ask you this for such a long, long time. Can I get to know you better? Got to get to know you better. Can I get to know you better tonight? I
I want you to tell everybody now where they can get your fantastic books, Charles. Go through the books, and Mark, you go through your books and tell everyone where they can get them.
All right, so I want to plug our book on the Turtles. I've got issue number 1, issue number 2, issue number 3, but it's the real Turtles, the band, the Fluff Nutty guys. The book is not just Happy Together. .com. It's the best place to find it. It's on Amazon. If you look up my last name, Rosenay, you'll find that book, which I was honored to co-author with Mark Arnold. You'll find the book of top 10 Beatles lists, the book of top 10 horror lists, and the other guilty pleasure which I did was True Ghost Stories of Connecticut. All 4 books. If you look up my name or you go to Amazon, you'll find all of them. And I love putting out the books, and it probably wouldn't have done it had it not been for Plastic EP's inspiration and the time we had off in COVID.
You know, I wanted to ask you about your tour of your horror book, and you went on tour, and did you meet some really cool people and sign a lot of books?
Oh my gosh.
You know,
yeah.
Charles?
So when you're an author and your book is evergreen, which means it's not just for a certain date where it'll live on forever, your tour goes on forever. So I'm still doing library appearances. I'll still do conventions. And if I'm seeing a brand new audience, the book is new to them. And Mark, is a perfect example. He's got a comic book convention coming up, and he'll be promoting, some of his titles at that. And
I'm still promoting this. This is from 2006.
Okay, Mark, go through all the books, please.
Okay. Here's 4 of my books: The Two Cracked, Frozen and Ice, and produced and created by Total Television Productions. I'm going through them quickly because we only have so much time. There's Pac-Man and Chipmunks and Harvey Comics Companion and Dennis the Menace and Think Pink. Well, this is headquartered and Looking for the Good Times, the 2 books I wrote with Michael A. Ventrella, who should be here on this show, but hey, next time. And then my 2 new Mad books and another Disney book, my original Harveyville Fun Times book, my Beatles book, and my TTB scrapbook, and of course, the Turtles book.
No wonder you haven't got time to turn up to the show.
I don't
You're
have
too
any
busy
time.
doing books.
And I have 2 more coming soon, so there you go.
Ridiculous.
If you're in Columbus, Ohio on Sunday, I will see you there with The Circle and Pete Best, as well as possibly Kenton, Ohio on Monday. And The Circle may be doing a visit soon to the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, as mentioned in this program, so stay tuned. The truth will be heard.
Daniel, say I'm Daniel Costin and you're not.
Yeah, do it.
Hi, I'm Daniel Costin and you're not, and you're watching the Plastic EP Show. Because why not?
You're going to be doing an event in Ohio?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, we're doing 2. We're doing Sunday the 28th at the Valleydale Ballroom. And the 29th, we're at the Kent Stage. So that's a late one, which came in both in Ohio. Yes, so 29th and 30th. Smashing.